Welcome to the Roundtable. I'm your host, John Kirby. My correspondents are as follows.
Mark,
Joe,
and Brian.
Alright, so we're going to start today off with the Red Sox. They're doing pretty well right now. What do you guys think about Zawa moving to closer?
I think Tazawa is making a good impression. Bailey closed it out last night, but we have had some issues with injuries in the bullpen, and Tazawa's been pretty solid. He's blown a few, but it's bound to happen.
it was a good move by the Sox, especially with the injury for the rest of the season in Joel Hanrahan. Something in his forearm. It's just ended his season, so it's good to see a role player step up and take a big job for the Red Sox.
Yeah, I would have expected more Clay Mortensen or even bringing up Daniel Bard back from Pawtucket, but it worked out so far, so props.
Yep. The Red Sox are fourth in the overall standings. They have some definite all-stars in Dustin Pedroia, David Ortiz, Clay Buchholz, and John Lester. Maybe even Napoli and Jacoby Ellsbury. What do you guys think?
I don't think Ellsbury would be an all-star, spending like $250. You know?
Yeah, it's I think he's a little overrated.
He's in a brutal slump right now, but he won't admit it. And as long as he keeps on swinging, trying to hit, I think
once he
maybe.
gets his confidence back, he can play at an all-star level, but he won't be an all-star
But yeah,
this
he's not
year,
even.
Sean.
That's no. Yeah.
I
All
agree
right.
with you on the definites, and I think Napoli might be able to make it, but he won't.
Yeah, it would be a stretch to see him.
Yeah,
I don't think it would be that much of a stretch.
It would be a stretch to see him.
Napoli has been a RBI machine. I think that he might make the All-Star game, but Ellsbury, he's demanding $100 million for his new contract, but he's certainly not playing like $100 million player.
All right. Red Sox right now are the best offensive team in baseball. What do you-
Debatably.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think that's very debatable, Mark.
All right.
What do you guys think about their offense?
It's the best in baseball.
All
I
right,
agree.
sums it up right there.
Yeah, they get runs and a lot of hits.
They have the most even spread. They play money ball. They hit a lot of solid singles and doubles, and it gets them there. And even with great pitching, they still have one of the best offensive in baseball. It might be a little bit of a stretch to say definitely the best, but
All they really need is just to get on base, and everything will handle itself out, especially at the top of the lineup. If Jacoby or Shane Victorino or Dustin Pedroia gets on, they can steal bases and have the big guys, David Ortiz and Mike Napoli, hit doubles or long enough fly balls for them to tag up and score.
yeah, they have a lot of contributing players, and even the backups like Mike Karp, he's batting around 400, something like that. Pedro Siriaco, they get in there, they produce for the offense. It's
What do you
what they
guys think about the defense?
It was great at the start of the year. It was the best in the MLB for a while, but then they went on that slump where they lost 8 out of 9 or something like that games, and
Too many errors.
that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Napoli cost them a game on a big error recently, and
All right. So, best division in baseball, is it the AL East?
it is, John.
All right.
I agree.
Mark?
No question.
All right. Most of the bullpen are all starters other than Dempster. What do you guys think?
I agree.
All right. Paw Sox. First.
Paw Sox are first in their division in the minor leagues, and so are the Sea Dogs in Double-A. How do you guys feel about that? They have a great future, right?
Yeah, I really like what I'm seeing, especially with the shortstop woes we've been having. We have Jose Iglesias and Bogajardes.
Yeah, those are two of our best prospects.
JBJ.
He's an outfielder, but yes.
But so.
Yeah, he's been doing really well lately. He's batting .315 down there. And what I think you meant to say before is that all of our starting pitchers in bullpen, except for Ryan Dempster, are under 30 years old, along with all of our starters except for David Ortiz offensively.
Right, that's exactly what I meant.
So we have quite a future when you combine it with the farm system.
Yeah.
Even coming in their draft, they've picked up some quality picks of Marrero, who's playing in Salem right now, Johnson and Light, who are on their way.
Yeah. They'll be good additions eventually.
Yeah.
After Nomar Garcia-Parra left, we had some problems at shortstop. Do you think they're filled with Iglesias and Bogahardt?
Yeah, as Joe was saying before, with Iglesias and Bogahardt, we have a good future at shortstop and in the middle infields. Once Stephen Drew leaves the team, but he's still young too. He's still cooking. So even if we don't use all these guys in the farm system, they are valuable for trading and such.
How much are we paying Drew at this point?
And Drew, probably a few million. I'm not 100% sure.
I don't like that. He's just not performed. He's hitting barely over 200, if that, and he just hasn't proven to be that leader in the infield.
It's like his brother J.D. Drew when he used to be on the team. We overpaid him a ton. That was sarcasm.
Moving on to the Bruins, doing well in their series right now. What do you guys think about the Bees?
I think that they can finish it off tonight.
Yep.
Thursday.
Yeah, I think the Rangers just lost all hope.
Yeah, the Rangers are truly losing themselves. Their coach has no idea what's going on.
They have no answer for the Bruins' fourth line.
Yeah,
They're playing uninspired.
Early in the series, the coach didn't know if they were going to be an aggressive or quick team to match up with the Bruins, but he has no idea what's going on, and I think that his job is definitely in jeopardy with an impending sweep.
Do you guys think the Bruins are capable of winning the Stanley Cup?
There's definitely a good chance.
I think the toughest challenge is going to be getting past Pittsburgh. They're a great team, got some star players in Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, and the new acquisition of Jerome McGinley. I think it's going to be tough for the Bruins, but I think the fourth line is going to bring the energy that the Bruins need to get past a great team in Pittsburgh.
Okay. Moving on to the NBA. Some trade speculations going on with the Celtics. Talking about sending Paul Pierce and Avery Bradley to the New Orleans Pelicans for Eric Gordon. What would you guys think about this move?
It would be tough for the team to lose Pierce.
And Bradley, an up-and-coming star in the league, defensive.
Pierce is our emotional leader.
Not to mention Pierce plays in every game, for the most part.
He plays hard in every game too.
Eric Gordon has missed a lot of games in his short tenure in the league, so be surprised to see this go down.
I would too, but I mean, Pierce, I can almost guarantee he's going to be traded before next year. He said his family's getting ready for relocation. I could not see Paul Pierce in a Celtics uniform next year.
Is that trade with the Clippers ruled out, the one that had Doc Rivers involved?
Yeah.
I think it's still open, especially with Vinny Del Negro getting fired.
That would probably be the best option that we have.
Yeah.
If we're going to get rid of our superstar.
It just seems like a lot to give up in Pierce and Bradley for one player.
Well, yeah, I mean, that trade would make no sense with trading one great defensive player and one subpar player for an injury-ridden.
By subpar, do you mean one of our best scorers ever in Celtics history?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was just double checking.
I think that trade wouldn't make sense, but all right. Top unrestricted free agents. Where do you think any of them could come to the Celtics? Dwight Howard, Chris Paul, Josh Smith, Andrew Bynum, David West, Al Jefferson, Manu Ginobili, Andre Iguodala, Paul Millsap, or Monte Ellis.
I think a lot of these names are too big. I think we hear a lot of rumors about Celtics every year getting some a big name coming, but it just hasn't happened recently, and I think they're probably going to stick with the same core they had this past year.
The Celtics do have connections with Josh Smith,
yep.
a close friend in Rajon Rondo, and Josh Smith was thinking about coming here, but apparently it just couldn't get finished by the NBA deadline. It would be awesome to see him come, but it seems like a long shot because he's just such an elite player, and we don't get a lot of those here that want to come play in Boston, even though we have the winning atmosphere. I don't know, but I really like Al Jefferson. I think
he's a former Celtic.
I think that he knows how to win. He's been a great addition to the Jazz over the past couple years, and I think that the Jazz are definitely looking for someone we can give. So maybe that includes Paul Pierce. Maybe that includes Garnett taking less minutes to keep him going. But Al Jefferson would be a great addition.
Do you guys think there's any chance of Dwight Howard landing here? There have been rumors in the past of Dwight coming here.
There's always. They also said that we were going to get LeBron, but
obviously that wasn't that.
I wouldn't want to see Dwight Howard here after the fiasco in LA. I think he's team poison. I think it's just ego over everything else for him, and it just didn't work out in LA.
Well, I think that if he were to come here, I think Garnett would straighten him right out with those problems.
Well, it's too bad Pierce is leaving. He won't have the mentor that he could have.
Yeah, Pierce would make a great mentor. Do you think Manu Ginobili's gonna stay in San Antonio?
It would
100% chance.
Yeah.
It would just be weird seeing him in something other than the Spurs uniform.
Especially since they're still contending right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, an interesting look, though, is Andrew Bynum, where he ends up because, the Sixers traded away a bunch of prospects and Andre Iguodala for nothing if he doesn't actually end up re-signing with them.
There's some talk about Greg Oden maybe coming to the Celtics. Would you like that move?
There's no chance.
All right. There's been talks.
I don't like the idea of that because he's just been.
I'd like to see him on the team.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
He's a great rim protector, big dunker, Any 7-footer that can jump like he can is important as long as he has his knees, which he's taken like 2 years off to recover. But I could see him going to a team like the Cavs, help out Nerlens Noel if they draft him.
Speaking of the Cavs, they won the draft lottery. You think they're going to pick Nerlens?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, they already have Kyrie and Deion Waiters, who are a good backcourt, and so kind of takes out guys like Trey Burke and McLemore. So we'll see. Anderson Varejao is getting pretty old, so Noel could be a good guy to run the floor and block shots.
Yep. Spurs have a 2-0 lead over the Grizzlies in their series. I called the Spurs-Pacers final. What do you guys think about the Spurs right now? Do you think they're too old still, or what?
No.
Nope.
I think the Grizzlies can make it interesting, but I think that the Spurs will end up winning and going to the NBA Finals.
Yeah, I think they're gonna sweep.
Maybe.
Yeah, possibly. We'll see. Unfortunately, LeBron James won the game for the Heat last night against the Pacers. I was devastated.
That was a terrible defense at the end of the game.
Well, you see, the problem is they took out Roy Hibbert.
Yeah,
they needed Roy Hibbert.
After Frank Vogel called him the best protector of the rim in the game, he goes and takes him out in the final minutes.
Yeah.
Questionable move, but.
With Bosch's ability to shoot outside, I understand it, but I still would have gone with you.
Yeah, they said they were worried about his outside shooting and then pick setting.
Yeah, but
no hedging around the screen. So
yeah,
I don't think that they're going to be giving Bosch the ball with 3 seconds left, though. It's going
to. Right.
We should have assumed that LeBron was going to get the ball.
I mean, it could have gone to Ray Allen. He's a pretty clutch guy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's for sure.
Maybe Dwayne.
Dwayne was on the bench.
Yeah, that's what I meant. But
okay.
No. In the regular season.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Moving on to the NFL. Brian Urlacher announced his retirement yesterday. He was pretty old. How do you think the Bears are going to be without their superstar.
They'll be fine. I mean, he was really slowing down and just kind of a emotional leader last year. And Lance Briggs is a great linebacker. You know, he kind of stepped up his game and learned from Urlacher, and now he's the top dog. So
It's always hard losing a team captain and team leader, but I think that the players that were kind of behind that kind of emerged last year in Jennings and Tillman, I think that the Bears will be fine.
All right. Charles Woodson ends his free agency by signing with the Raiders. How do you think the Raiders are going to be?
they're going to be terrible.
Yeah, they're not going to be good. I mean, it's a good addition, but they're still terrible.
There's a question about how much he has left in the tank. Definitely didn't play as much for the Packers last year as he wanted to, or the team wanted him to, but he just hasn't been producing at the level, you know, defensive player of the year level that he used to be at, you know. I think this is more of a move just to send him off as a Raider where he started.
Yeah. Teddy Bruschi, inducted to the New England Hall of Fame, one of my favorite all-time players. What do you think about Bruschi?
It was about time.
Yeah, about
Yeah, he's a gamer, you know.
He deserved it.
I'd love to see him in the real Hall of Fame, the NFL Hall of Fame at some
I'm
point.
sure he will be. Ridley, Amendola, Michael Jenkins looking good at OTAs. What do you think about these guys for Pats?
It's obviously a good sign if they were doing a good job.
I think they really need to step up this year, especially Amendola filling some big shoes, or small shoes by Wes Welker. Amendola definitely has the ability to be a superstar, but as long as he stays healthy, I think that he can be a great player for the Patriots.
Looking,
Yeah, and Ridley looks to take a real leadership role, you know, hopping in front of all those lines at the OTAs, doing a good job. So that's a good Patriot player.
looking back, are you guys happy Welker's gone?
I'm
Yeah.
not happy he's gone. I'm happy we
I'm
have
really
I'm
Amendola.
thrilled.
I'm thrilled.
All right.
Joe, you happy?
Yeah.
It's definitely time.
Good.
That's what I thought.
Brendan Spike's not reporting to OTAs, but he's gonna come to training camp. Why didn't he come?
Well, he's got his contract situation.
Yeah.
So, you know, he doesn't have to be at organized team activities. So, you know, and the Patriots generally, you know, I'd expect him to get an extension sometime during the season. They do a pretty good job. Guys like Brady and Will Fork and a lot of their players. But, you know, we didn't see Welker get that extension that he wanted, and he's gone. So this is not anything out of the ordinary for him not to report.
All right. Well.
As long as he doesn't hold out for training camp.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
be bad.
People at the rookie camps and OTAs have no jersey numbers. No other team has done this.
Yeah, I don't think this is huge news, you know.
Well,
It's a bit of an equalizer, I guess, of the organized team
Yeah,
activities.
it's just, you know, the Patriot way. It's what they're all about.
Yeah.
This is one of those Bill Belichick things to do. So you don't know who's the first pick for the Patriots and who the undrafted free agents are. So.
All right. Well, this has been the Roundtable. I'm John Kirby. See you next week.